I'm Prathyush, and today I want to talk to you about Vamshi Paidipalli's Varisu. Few people inhabit and express cinematic joy like Vijay. To see him dance is to be in the presence of limbic beauty. He isn't graceful, he's acrobatic, he isn't intense, he's playful. His job, a job he takes very seriously, is to disperse this joy with a confected, forceful hand. He will exhaust himself out in that pursuit. Look at the shots of his music videos, how the camera lingers more than it cuts, how much longer it is. You can see him tire out by the end of a take, but he keeps going. Pay attention to how Jimiki Punna ends, how his face resembles that of someone in the final moments of their plank. Sometimes the length of a shot clocks almost a minute. You're waiting for the cut. It doesn't seem to come. The man keeps going. He must entertain us, his audience, but also his patrons. In Varisu, Vijay, in a character that fuses the myth of the actor and protagonist, plays Vijay, the youngest of 3 children of a business tycoon in charge of a mining company. Vijay is the black sheep, shunned by the patriarch for not wanting to be part of the family business. He is instead traveling around India, developing an app, trying to make money to distribute it. He doesn't believe in accumulation, a socialist hero, or so we think. The patriarch, played by Sharat Kumar, is dying, and so Vijay is brought back to not just patch up the family of 2 incompetent warring brothers, Jay and Ajay, but also propel the business into more profits, edging over their business arch-rival, played by Prakash Raj. This becomes a muscular Barjatiya pursuit, that the family must fall in line not just through emotional persuasion, but also physical. Cars must be crushed, bones must be broken, blood must tear through skin, bodies must be pummeled in order for the patched parts of this family to come together under one quilt. Varisu begins with sweeping shots of a hollowed mine. Shot by Karthik Parani, the film constantly replaces awe for sweep. Helicopters descend, top shots are piled one above the other, but the film isn't interested in nor capable of making us feel the sweep. We merely register it. We're introduced to a world of mining, one that is literally extractive and morally dubious, with tenders being untendered to be tendered elsewhere, swapping hands with secrets being leaked. Against this corporate musical chairs, we are introduced to Vijay, who's perched against a waterfall, then against Gopurams alongside nature, shown as pristine. You would think that the arc of the movie is for the hero, our hero, to move his family's world away from mining towards something more, well, perhaps romantic, less dust-raising. Not that this cinematic world moves the hero, our hero, towards extraction. But that seems to be what Varisu is about. His introduction is a mere setup. Dressed initially in plaid shirts, monochromatic t-shirts and sneakers, by the interval block, he's given a corporate makeover with a 3-piece suit, grey, chilly and spiffy, the chairman of a company that mines for profits. The film almost predicts our grumbling and so inserts a montage in the second half of Vijay opening schools and health centers in villages affected by mining, sitting with dock workers, sharing meals with them. Our socialist hero, in corporate garbs, still pursuing socialist ends. There is a lovely scene where Yogi Babu, playing the house help, is seated on the floor explaining the family dynamics while Vijay is on the sofa. Instead of Vijay asking him to sit up, Vijay sits down with him as they humor each other and us. These two puncture the proceedings with frothy banter. The film, despite its setup, has no political inclinations. In fact, it's politically blunted. The real issue here is family. The corporate cooing is merely there to prop up the family drama. In the end, Vijay even offhandedly palms off the mines to his corporate nemesis, showing how little all of this means against the behemoth emotional pull of a family. It's a potent message that's drilled into our heads. We are more than willing to submit to this forceful hand just because of how joyful it all looks. The lingering question then is this family worth the labor of patching it together? To be intensely manly is also to be intensely lonely. Sharat Kumar as Rajendran, the patriarch, the man whose word is the last word, leaks this loneliness from every pore of his body. His journey is to slowly let go of this masculinity so he can be less lonely. His wife, played with such earnest, complicated vulnerability by Jayasudha, needs no such journey. The only possible direction in which she could go is empowerment, insisting on herself, her choice, her freedom, and to move away. But that is too radical for this world, outside of its reach, understandably, because the film seems to ask, rather provocatively, what is the point of liberation if you don't have a family to share a meal with? In the same way, it asks, what is the point of all this money if the last thing you crave as you die is a family huddle? The family is both the source of all the problems, but also, it seems, the solution to itself. The bungalow they all live in is inert and grey, strangely godless, full of marble and metal and brick. Even the paintings on the walls are generic swabs and swipes of paint, abstract art save for a garlanded portrait of a dead ancestor. Even the mother, wretched throughout but never complaining, doesn't have a recourse to the divine. This is a godless world. Who needs the divine when the hero is there to fill in all those gaps with his natural charm and his supernatural strength? All we get for God is the gopuram against which Vijay dances. While travelling through Varanasi, he salutes a sadhu and a Maulvi. A man, a socialist hero, is also a secular grunt in the face of Hindu nationalism. How do we resist cheering him on? We don't. We can't. It's evident that Vijay, the character, the actor, loves the audience more than he loves his lover, played by Rashmika Mandana, who has been glossed up into a banal shriek. He winks at us, not her. Even when he dances alongside her, he's peering into the camera, wondering if we are having a good time. I wanted to reach out into the screen and tell him, we are. Now pay attention to your lover who's thrusting to your right. For you, the film doesn't even dignify Mandana with a marriage at the end of their courtship. That there is love, that it is expressed through words, through song, that it is reciprocated, is enough. For all its love, Varisu is, at almost 3 hours, a cluttered hero film. Because Vijay needs to be the perfect son to a patriarch, the perfect son to the patriarch's eternally accommodating wife, the perfect brother, the perfect boss, the perfect uncle, the perfect brother-in-law. It's cluttered because these perfections keep piling up like a sedimentary rock that is pressing itself into an unwieldy form. It's too much. But that too is heroism, a form of excessiveness. But where Varisu stumbles is its reverence towards its protagonist. Never is he considered threatened, never do his stumbles feel fatal, because in the very next scene, in the adjacent moment, he is resurrected and dusted off. This is the problem of loading your hero with so many problems. So many problems require so many solutions, and after a point, the film becomes a catechism, a badminton match of problem and problem solving, refereed, played, and won by Vijay. In the midst of this sedimented heroism, does Vijay ever have a change of heart? While he seems birthed into perfection, however, there is one place where he reconsiders his choice, which is also the most messy arc of this film. His brother and sister-in-law are in a dead marriage. The brother is cheating, the wife slaps him, he slaps her back. Vijay initially feels they must part ways naturally so that his sister-in-law must find peace by herself. But as the divorce papers are delivered, Vijay's mother feels despondent. The frail family is crumbling, one legal document at a time. To be her perfect son, to get the family back together, requires that change of heart for Vijay to necessarily pursue every way to keep his brother and his sister-in-law together. Some masala acrobatics, including kidnapping and trafficking his smoking niece, that family is patched together. As if to be together as a family requires you to be convinced, requires that labor of reason, of emotional persuasion, because a family is not a natural, incontestable thing. It must be forced into being, forced into remaining. That is both the moral and warning of this film. What did you guys think about Varisu? Tell me in the comments, like this video, subscribe to Reviews and More, and share it if you agree or even disagree with it.